Do you have an extra one of these?
Yes, sir.
I
Is ready to comment? Anyone like to address?
I have a question, if I may. On the,
If you state your name, please.
Ben Connor, on the spring cleanup, in the past, I believe that the taxpayers have paid for the dumpsters out there every year. Is that correct?
Town of Odon.
It's paid
Yeah.
for, it's paid for,
By the town of Odon.
How
by
about
the time open with the tax.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I read the solicitation for the RFP, and you basically exclude two people, businesses and multiple family homes. But in your on your proposal, you're asking the people that have trash service to pay for that spring cleanup, is that correct?
You're addressing the issue like you.
Well, that's the way I understand it.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. I haven't. Tom?
No, I don't think he's wrong. I don't think
he's wrong.
you know, it's a matter of, so one of the things, and it's a good point, we haven't thought of that in some instances, and do we exclude businesses from the spring cleanup? And do we exclude everyone else? We could come across with that and do that, and just exclude those people that aren't paying for it. We can do that. It's a good point.
Well, the businesses that are still paying water bills,
Yeah, it's a good
even
point.
though they
Yeah.
may not pay the
Trash.
trash portion, they do still pay.
Yeah. We have
And
to,
that's
we
how
have to
it's
consider
always
it.
been
Consider
done
what
in
we
the
do.
past.
But that's something that we can do as far as who pays or who's excluded or what have you. That's something we can do.
Well, I wasn't trying to exclude anybody on it.
Yeah.
I was just wondering who was paying for it,
Yeah.
since it's a town-wide thing. I mean, we can't stop the people from coming from Elnora or Ragglesville.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
You know.
Try.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Anyone else?
John, it's not a real complaint, just a concern about the community building. We rented it this week, and you may be aware, Beth may have told you, I told her that the temperature would never get up. It was a 62 when we got there, which was fine, but I thought it would get up there rather quickly. And it never did. It never got above 69, 68 most of the time. But my concern is there a maintenance person who maybe changes a filter, air filter? Because I just wondered if one, you know, if that's 3 years on that furnace, probably never been changed.
Yeah, the outside
Has it?
filters I've changed.
You changed it?
Yeah, as a matter of
Okay.
fact, we just got it in to change it
Good.
right now.
Okay, I'm just
But
worried
as
about
far as
that.
the inside, I wasn't aware, but she said Clark's was there and there was I guess to protect the coil, the inner coil in there. There was a filter that never was in there.
There was no filter.
Okay.
And then there were two belts that were broke.
Oh, no
Or
wonder
one
it's-
belt was broke, but he replaced two belts.
Do we have scheduled maintenance? You have scheduled maintenance on your other equipment, right?
Yeah, but that was kind of part of the park. Unless you want to change that. That kind of fell under
Yeah.
park, I think, when you guys had that set up. But yeah, I think it's the expense of calling a contractor.
That's wrong.
If there's something we can look at and possibly do ourselves.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Absolutely.
We need to talk to the department.
But it's,
Well, one of my concerns was that, you know, I know the funds are limited, but maintenance on the park is really, I mean, there's a lot of issues over there right now if you just really look around.
A lot of funding issues.
But there's a lot of help out there if you try to get it that will help do a lot of the general things. I mean, that flagpole's been leaning for about 5 months now, and the log cabin, something's going to have to be done with that. It's bowing like this, you know, and it's a fundraiser type issue, and I don't know if it's going to get addressed. I know since they don't have a park board anymore, and you guys are busy with town issues, that it's harder. Those things can get pushed aside, and that's
I was over there today and looked at a couple of things. The scout cabin,
what I'm talking about.
it's very close to losing that. Something probably needs to be done on that this year. Though it sits on concrete pedestals, and towards the center, from corner to corner, it bows down like this. I mean, you can actually see where the windows
Vince, what's his name, with the historic society. He thinks there might be some money out there, but, I don't know about that. But I mentioned.
I wondered about the Antique Association, if they, you know, they cut items like that, make log cabins, if they would have the capabilities of helping to repair that, or, you know, that's just somebody I thought of, I don't know.
Well, you never know until you point out a need,
Got,
Yeah.
you got a point of contact for them, Dave?
Bill Bays out of, shoot,
Is that the building,
Worthington, out of Worthington,
is that the building Santa Claus
Very
was in?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, that's,
So,
our park budget is almost,
I understand, and you need all the free help you can get, and if you can use those prisoners to help paint and clean and pick up,
we don't have no money to mow.
Right now we don't.
well, get them a weed whacker.
Okay,
One thing on the log cabin over there, if there's an idea on starting to redo the chinking in the logs, because I think that's probably the problem now, is getting water into those logs and deteriorating. IU, and I don't know what department I might be able to find out, has been doing some study for several years and come up with a different material to chink them with that really does protect in the long term of the life of those logs. Is it Home Misty, a church going from here up toward Bloomfield, over in that direction? It's a log church, I know. And they've had IU down and looked at their stuff and have gotten materials and rechinked it.
well, a few years ago, those bottom beams were replaced, but I think at the time they wanted to keep it authentic and they used just logs rather than treated lumber.
Right.
And that's not a good idea, because they don't last very long.